Hey, Internet, you're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game Mess Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of video games so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, and with me is
Mike Minotti.
In today's episode, we'll talk about that Resident Evil Requiem. I've been playing it. Mike's going to be playing it soon, and I'm very excited for him. The Xbox shakeup, all the news that's happened in the last week. We'll touch on the PlayStation stuff as well, and there's more news from out of there, and then we'll draft some Pokemon. We'll draft some Pokemon trainers, right? Is that the plan? I think it's Pokemon trainers.
I think that's just one of the things we have to do. I assume.
Okay.
Trainers.
Nope,
right?
just trainers.
Oh, it is just trainers.
Oops, all trainers. See?
Oh,
this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. I stand every chance in the world because
Jeff looked at the draft, kind of, sort of,
and it didn't help. It definitely didn't help, but I'm excited to do it, and I recognize some of these characters from the anime, which I've been playing for my kid in the van on a DVD. So that's going to give me all the advantages I need. Mike Minotti, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. It's been a busy week, and then I'm like, oh boy, it's Thursday. I'm pretty tired, and I'm like looking tomorrow. Like,
tomorrow's
right,
busier.
I agreed to do things all day tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm getting up early for Pokemon, and then doing a Resident Evil 9 stream into the evening.
Yep.
And then the next morning, a stranger is going to come to my house to see if I get to continue to get the medicine I like having. I guess. You
let me know if they give you any guff. I'll come and I'll defend your honor. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Normally I would have called my dad, be like, "Is this normal? Is this a thing?" But he's on vacation, right? He's in Disney World. Shocking, I know.
Again, wasn't he just there with AJ?
Yeah, now he's there with my stepmom's son's family.
Okay, right. That's a whole other realm. Then that makes sense.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
right, so,
I get it now.
There's lots of people he has to please.
Exactly right. Yeah, there's nothing to be done about that. Fully understood. All right, let's do the whole thing. Give us a good rating wherever you are listening. Hit that like button on YouTube, please, especially while we're live. It helps people find the show. If you want to ask a question, you can drop a super chat during the show. We'll get to all of those before the end of the program. Thank you to Carlos Ayin, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube for the use of our theme songs. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to the mods, and thank you to Christian for producing. And you can get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our Discord server, participation in Q&A sessions, and our game club discussions, early access to new episodes of shows like Columbros, and of course, all of our shows ad-free. Also gets you a discount if you do a full year at once. Go get that by going to patreon.com/GameS. Thank you to everybody who has supported us. It means the world. All right. We have a bunch to get into. We're going to do that right after this. All right, Mike, let's get into it. Big news stories of the week. You know what? Resident Evil Requiem, the reviews did drop. It's doing very well. We'll talk about it more and what we've been playing. It's kind of, I think, probably the plan. But it's 89 now, kind of wavering between an 89 and a 90. People seem to like it quite a bit.
88 on Open Critic right now.
Oh, 88,
so
okay.
So that's where but that's like 109 reviews. So yeah, I'm curious. Let's see. What did Village do? Because I think Village did pretty, maybe around there, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is one of the best.
Significant, I mean, not significant list, but 84. And
I think this is the best reviewed Resident Evil other than 4.
Other than 4 remake, and well, I bet the 2 remake did really well.
Yeah, I bet it did too.
But I bet, that one's 92. I bet of the new ones though, like this might probably reviewed even better than 7 did. Which,
I think it did. Yes,
was an 86.
Yep.
So there you go. So yeah, of the new ones, this is very high up there at 88. Nothing to sniff at. Okay, now I'm not looking this one up for any particular reason. Monster Hunter Rise was an 87. So,
what about Wilds?
Oh, that's right. That's what I
figure that's what I was giving you an out. All right, I was gonna roll with it.
Well, I'm glad we did this because Rise was an 87. Wilds, the much more beloved 91. Wilds, was an 89.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
well,
there's
so it's a good video game.
But yeah, Resident Requiem seems like everybody really likes it. I
count me
am
among them.
super stoked. Yeah, and like it's not the most shocking thing in the world. This team just seems like it has been on the ball for a good while now. And yeah, I know I'm going to talk to you later on the show. I want no spoilers, of course, but especially so because I'm starting the game tomorrow evening on GiantBomb.com, planning to play through the first few hours of it live, and I am so excited about that. But I mean, I guess I'm curious. Like, you think I'm going to pretty much adore this game, knowing how much I've enjoyed these games, and especially Resident Evil 4 Remake?
Yeah, I think there could be a like small backlash against this game from like super duper Resident Evil fans in a few months when they're like, man, it's too like streamlined and too kind of like gets right to the good
the
stuff.
The Monster Hunter Wilds thing, huh?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's not in any bad way. It's an awesome time, especially that first playthrough. They just kind of nail it. You're like, you think Resident Evil 4 is the best paced game? This is right there with it. It is right there in terms of just understanding the time before something begins to be burned out. They know that, and they are always far away from getting near that place. So it's just, you're jumping back and forth between Leon and Grace, and then a long extended grace period, a long extended time with Grace, I should say, and then a long extended time with Leon later in the game. And outside of those two kind of 3, 4, 5 hour segments, it's just kind of back and forth. And each time they do that, it feels like, okay, great, that was the perfect time to do that. I'm ready for a change of pace. And yeah, they just delivered. It's so much fun. And then everything you're doing, like you talk about spoilers, like obviously there are moments to be spoiled, but the joy of this game is just doing the stuff. It's just going there, solving the puzzles, exploring the chronic care center. It is doing the fun action stuff with Leon and all the fun set pieces they set up for you to mess around with. Yeah, it's a good game.
Right. I mean, I as much as I still like don't want to know the spoilers, my favorite game of this decade was Resident Evil 4 Remake, a game where I knew all the spoilers. Yep. Right? Like, aside from like what's going to be slightly different here, I knew exactly what was going to happen in that game. So, but yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm curious. I don't necessarily care about these games for the story per se. It's more like the characters and the moments. There's a part of me that wonders how that part of it is evolving, because 7 and 8 feel so off on their own, but now that you have Leon back, you're back in Raccoon City. Let me ask you one thing, because I worried about this a little bit when I saw that last trailer and we saw the Raccoon City Police Department. Is it a little member berries-ish at points, or is it kind of tread that line well enough? Yeah,
I mean, a little bit occasionally, but there's so much like setting up new stuff. You could tell that they are bringing things back to like, because they're like, hey, we're going to have Leon here. Let's do some Leon stuff and kind of make sure that we maybe tie a bow on a few things. And they do that. And then most of it is setting up new threats and new threads to pull on. So they are using that element of nostalgia as a tool to accomplish their goals, and they do a good job of that, I think, personally.
Fantastic.
All right, let's do some of these other stories here. You saw that Marvel Maximum Collection got announced. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, so this is limited run games. There's no release date, but it's coming to everything. And this is going to include, headliner here, X-Men the arcade game.
With rollback netcode and 6-player online co-op.
Man, so like, boy, I tell you what, when this comes out, I want us just to find just to get 6 people and let's just play through this thing, man. That was like the arcade game. The trailer for this thing with the collection, they even ended with the Colossus roar, right? So freaking iconic. So yeah, I'm excited to play that. But
what does rollback netcode do for a beat 'em up? I mean,
it's just the same thing. It's just gonna run more smoothly.
Yeah, it's just gonna be better. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Captain America and the Avengers, and multiple versions of this one, the arcade, the Genesis, and the one I played as a kid, the NES version. Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage, Super Nintendo and Genesis. This isn't an amazing game, but it's such a emblematic of the time game. It was super cool. That red SNES cartridge, or I think there was red on both of them, was a big deal.
Yeah.
Then the sequel to that game that I never played, Separation Anxiety, as well. Spider-Man, X-Men, Arcade's Revenge. Arcade is a character, by the way, so this is not an arcade game, but Arcade's Revenge. And then the Silver Surfer game that's kind of infamous because of that Angry Video Game Nerd episode, but not a bad game. Yeah, super hard, but still kind of neat. So pretty cool collection. Limited run collections. They generally don't go as crazy in the bonus features as some other people's, and also it's worth pointing out that limited run collections sometimes are delisted. Just recently, their Jurassic Park collection, which was a neat thing, was delisted, which meant, I had to go and like pick it up real quick before it was gone forever. And this is another big license. So I'm part of me's like, this isn't going to be on Steam forever, this thing. They probably got a deal for 5 years or something, and then I might be gone. So maybe get it while the getting's good. But I'm still glad to have it. I'll take X-Men the arcade game. I still kind of hope Konami can just do an arcade beat 'em up collection, like a really big one with this and The Simpsons. And,
Yep.
I mean, we've had the Turtles come out in that pretty nice Turtle collection, actually. Who did the Turtle collection? Now I'm curious.
Well, was that Digital Eclipse, I want to say, but I guess I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is I think this is very cool. I like all these games, even the bad ones. I definitely have played all of them at one point or another.
Digital Eclipse did do the TMNT.
Okay. Whether this was a game I rented as a kid, as it was in the majority of the cases here, I think Separation Anxiety I might have eventually just played on an emulator or something. But like even Silver Surfer is especially nostalgic for me. So as always, cool to see. I can play these games in a million ways. I still like it when they get the attention from companies saying, let's do something with them. And you're right. Like we can justify getting 6 people together to play the X-Men arcade game online with each other when they do stuff like this. Something that's like otherwise we probably wouldn't make those efforts. So very, very cool.
As these kind of have a different life in this era because they're in a collection. You just have infinite lives. It's kind of almost just this weird little hangout thing that you're doing now, punching your way through it. But I'll take it.
Same. Definitely.
In this game, I think the only time it was ever ported was on Xbox Live Arcade back in the day.
Yeah, that
was it. So hey, I'll happily take this. And I cannot find my freaking Jurassic Park bottle opener, and I want to open this beer so freaking badly.
Oh no! Okay, well you deal with that.
I need this beer.
I'll hit this next one. PS5 and PC players can try PlayStation's 2 big upcoming live service games this weekend. Marathon's getting its server blaster test or whatever they're calling it. And then the
server slam.
Yeah, server slam. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know expert
Blast those
terminology.
Blast them. Blast them right in the face.
Blast the server ass is what they say. And then Hunter's Gathering. Horizon Hunter's Gathering is getting a much, much smaller closed test, but people can, I think they could have signed up for that. I don't know if they still can. Yeah, these, I don't know. Both these games feel like they're still very important to Sony's strategy, and I think we'll have a pretty good idea of how people feel about both after this weekend. I don't think it's make or break for Marathon, but they really have a chance to get people very excited for that game, which is coming out next week at $40. So what are your expectations for this? Hey, you got it open.
I got my beer open. Somebody's asking in the super chat, G-Nitro, what's the beer? It is a Great Lakes Conway's Irish Ale.
Happy birthday to me is what that means.
Yeah, there you go. Boy, I'm not sure what to expect. Seems like the sentiment is a bit better. I mean, this thing's out right now, so we can see what concurrents are for this.
Christian, you've been playing it. What'd you think?
Marathon.
Sorry, I was yelling at my sister. This vacuum in the room. Yes, I played it a little bit. Yeah, it's cool. I like the movement and the stuff, and the shooting feels good. I just don't know what the loop. You need to. These games live and die by the loop.
Of course.
The crafting, the looting, all that stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
123,000 concurrents right now.
There you go.
So pretty good. Arc Raiders.
Really good.
Arc Raiders 175,000 still at the moment. I mean. It's how many people they can hold, right? That's the issue. Because I don't know if you saw the Jason Schreier report about High Guard, which wasn't like, there wasn't anything super juicy in there, but just going to that. And it's kind of like worth mentioning for as much as people are like, oh, that thing was ruined when we saw everyone turned on it. A lot of people showed up to play that game at first. It did have a lot of people. Most of those people then decided they didn't want to play any more of it. That was the real issue there. So I'm curious if people are going to play Marathon and be into it. I think there's a decent chance of that now that so many people did decide to stick around with Arc Raiders. A pretty similar thing. And I think that delay probably helped Bungie smooth a lot of those rougher edges. And they are good at things like art. They are good at mechanics. So I imagine that there's got to be something there. I think it's looking more promising than not for Marathon now, which is different than how we felt a few months ago.
Yeah, it sounds like things really came together. So And again, we'll know by the end of this weekend, I think. This game's not on sale yet. This is just a free test, but people will know if they want to buy this game and spend actual money on it after this weekend. And there's a strong chance that that's exactly where it will end up. We'll see. Okay, sticking with Sony, obviously, Bluepoint got shut down. We did talk about that last week, or was that Friday news as well? No, it was the Xbox news that was Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Bluepoint got shut down. We knew that. There's been some reporting since then, including the idea that they pitched a bunch of stuff, some single-player stuff, and some other things. One of the things they were going to work on was a Bloodborne port or remaster or something along those lines, and then a spin-off of Ghost of Tsushima. The Bloodborne thing, apparently they tried a couple of times with that. They tried a few years ago, and then they tried in this last year, and both times Sony said, no, we can't do that. And, that definitely goes back to what I've said over and over again for years now. It's going back a long time, but I've confirmed again and again that it's true, that Sony does not want to upset From Software and do this without From Software. And From Software would be upset. So what does that mean? Yeah, it means no Bloodborne is that's all it really means. And that's one of the things here where it's like, oh man, that's a shame. That would have been a great fit.
Is there any chance that at some point people start actually getting mad at FromSoft and bother them enough about this? Or you think they're kind of immune from that?
I think they're a little immune because I think people know yelling at them is not going to accomplish anything. Like they are in a bubble of success, of they can pick whatever they want to do. And yelling at them, it's like, go back and do more with Bloodborne. They're like, no, we're going to do something new, and we want to work on something new. What are you going to be, the fan that's like, oh, we don't want you to do what you want to do? So, yeah, I think they're a little immune to that. And I do think, though, fans will eventually come to understand that it's not PlayStation holding it back for the most part. Technically it's PlayStation holding it back, but it's because, and again, now this is me speculating, because they want to work with From again, and they don't want to upset From. So, yeah.
A couple questions there.
Please.
So part of that is that the Shadow of the Colossus remake apparently didn't make money.
Yeah.
And part of me's like, boy, how does that happen if that part of it is true? I mean, obviously, like, Shadow of the Colossus, the original one, wasn't some giant hit, and it's hard to find like actual sale numbers for either of these games, right? So I don't know, but they're probably, like, in my mind, I bet both those games probably sell about 1 million copies, and maybe nothing more than that.
Right.
And I don't know if you could have expected the remake to suddenly sell 5 million copies instead. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I assume that 1 to 2 million would be the range for a game like that, and you'd think it'd be appropriately budgeted for that. I mean, I know it's a pretty game, but it's not the most, it's a game with 13 bosses. That's the game.
Right. And it's like, I don't know, was Bluepoint even as big as it was recently back then when it was doing that? So let's say it had 50, 60 people doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's 50, 60 people in Austin. That's pretty expensive. How is it that expensive? 1 million copies sold should be able to cover that, but whatever, it didn't. I'll tell you what would have sold more than 1 million copies, Mike. Jack and Daxter, which is the other thing that they were apparently pitching. And it's like, I think we just know for a fact, if they do a decent job on that, it does Crash numbers, it does Spyro numbers, any number of one of these big remakes that we've seen for platformers from that era specifically. And it's hard to see that not doing at least 5 million. It probably does closer to 10 million. It's like that easily pays for that studio to operate for a few years.
It at least sells as well as Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, the brand new, very expensive game did. So, yeah, that like, how could you not just put them on that project? Although, again, Naughty Dog, even though they're straight up owned by Sony, sometimes I think they also have to be tiptoed around by Sony as well.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows how Naughty Dog feels. It was about people making their games. Crash Bandicoot, they didn't own any part of. That was Activision's call, so that was a little bit different. But boy, I would have really liked to see Bluepoint do a Jack and Daxter remake. That would have been phenomenal. That would have been super fun. Resistance, that doesn't quite get me as excited, and I'm not quite sure how viable that one is. Although whenever I talk crap about Resistance, a lot of people come at me like, no, I love Resistance.
I bet that does well as well. I bet that does a few million copies, maybe more, probably more. I'm also discounting it, so and I'm probably wrong. So yeah, whatever. Either way, PlayStation said no to all these ideas. Said no to every single one. and then Bluepoint's like, well, shit, morale's down because we don't know what would get Sony to greenlight anything. The answer was probably nothing, and unless it was like some miracle live service thing that really convinced the people at PlayStation it could make money for forever, and that just didn't happen. And now Bluepoint is closed, and that's sort of what I mean. That's the other side of this, Mike. Is what does PlayStation want to hear from a studio like that? Like, what is the kind of thing that leadership is looking for? And I really don't know.
And you see, like, you know, people are kind of whispering now. I think maybe even Schreier also said this, that maybe PlayStation's not. Yeah, it's not really. They're not interested in the PC ports anymore.
Less interested,
either.
yeah.
Less interested. And I'm like, woo. What if like a Nixies has like, are they gonna be next now? I don't know.
Yep.
But boy, it's just like it just seems like it's downscaling for everything, but you know, the biggest games. In these live service gambles, I don't know, the Bluepoint thing. It's still baffling to me, and I just can't imagine we're in a position 5 years from now where everyone looks back at that like, boy, that was a bad call. Especially if we, you know, see again one of these remakes from somebody else, or we see, you know, whatever cheap company they get to try to do the Jack and Daxter remake, and God forbid that doesn't look good. Like, everyone's just going to pile on and say Bluepoint would have made this look good. We would have, even though people at the time did give Bluepoint a hard time for maybe Shadow of the Colossus and Demon's Souls not looking exactly how they wanted to. But they're kind of they're almost martyrs now.
Yeah, there was no like assailing the technical side of things. Sure. It was just like stylistic choices, and that's a very different thing.
And it was like a couple of freaks. Just
just one of them.
I'm one of them for Shadows of the Colossus. Absolutely. It wasn't. Sure, yes. It was never like this shouldn't exist because it's so bad. But it's just like, oh, I prefer the original. I think they lost something in the translation a little bit. I think very similar stuff for Demon's Souls, where people are like, oh, some of these reimaginations of the creature designs loses something for me. It's like, yeah, I get it, but both those projects were really well done from a technical side.
And it would have been interesting to see how something a bit more colorful, cartoony would have looked.
Agreed.
If they were in charge of it. Resistance, I can imagine what that would have looked like if they did it.
Yeah, so, I mean, you brought it up. Jason Schreier said that I'm trying to remember exactly how he phrased it. He said,
I think he phrased it like,
I'm getting the sense.
He has a more report. There's a bigger report coming. But yes, this is the sense that he's getting or alluding to.
Getting the sense that they are like less interested in doing like PC ports for their big single player games. Live service stuff will continue to come to PC, and it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, Death Stranding 2 might be an outlier, right? Because that's Kojima, and they don't necessarily like own every aspect of that. And it's like that's a good way to make more money from this project that they are helping to fund with a partner studio that is technically external. Okay, so maybe that's an exception. I don't think they're completely done. I do think that they are pulling back in a big way. I asked about it, and the people I talked to are like, look, it's still mostly an open question, but yeah, it's a question that comes up for a reason. Like, it's a question that we do consider frequently, and there's smoke here, so there's probably fire, and that fire is probably gonna be it's gonna make things look different than it has for the last couple of years at the very least. So. Yeah, I don't know. I think Nix for now is probably safe. They could do like one game at a time, and it could be some of these new games, and PlayStation will have plenty of live service stuff to turn to that studio to handle. So maybe that's where it ends up getting most of its work.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, you know, these games come out, and you think they'd be doing well enough. Some better than others. Like, you know, Lego Horizon has 360 reviews on Steam, and it's a mix. So, you know, not amazing. God of War Ragnarok, though, 13,000, about 14,000, very positive. But it's like, boy, are we not going to get Ghost of Yotei on here? Is that one that they're going to keep? I wonder if they think that they can play that exclusive card again now a little bit more.
Even Xbox was talking about exclusives in some way now in the wake of all this craziness.
We're just flip-flopping all over the place. People are just trying anything, huh?
Yeah, honestly, like, new leaders they take over, the strategy changes. They maybe try something at first, and then a few months later, they get their second chance to make strategy changes because they've been installed now for a while, and they have data from their previous choices, and they try something different. And a lot of times that something different is the way things used to be. So the walled garden is growing back. It is taking over once again. Yeah, it's a mess.
Are we not getting Saros? Like, we got the
Right.
other one. I don't know.
Zaros
are
not
we going-
announced. Tokon,
Tokon,
Tokon's happening for sure. So is Lost Soul Aside, which that came out. That was last year. Never mind. What's the one coming out this year? Is that a different one?
Phantom Blaze Zero. I think that's a different.
That's the one that looks more
I don't know if they're
positive,
publishing that. Yeah.
right?
John, this one of your games. How is it called?
It's Phantom Blade Zero, yes.
Yep.
There you go.
That's right. Yeah, Phantom Blade Zero. Right. Boy, I don't know.
Me neither. It's weird. You're right, flip flopping back and forth, and I just think these companies are looking for any sort of like footing to gain so that they can make the next step forward, and there is no obvious clear footing. And then Phil Spencer left Xbox. He's resigning. Sounds like he was kind of kicked out a little bit sooner than they were planning, but this was planned to a certain extent. There's a whole bunch of details. At this point, the whole world knows what's happened here. We've almost moved on from this story in some ways. So that will hit the very big points. Sarah Bond also resigned at the same time. She was clearly jumped over for Asha Sharma, who is now the new CEO of Microsoft Gaming. She comes from the core AI business. She's given a couple of interviews, done some conversations on social media where she said things like, hey, nothing's off the table, including exclusives again. We want to go back to the basics of Xbox, whatever that means. Although
Crimson Skies.
That's almost certainly
Force.
Fusion Frenzy.
Hell yeah, brother.
Get Bill Gates back out there with The Rock and do it all over again. I think that the key answers that she's given most frequently are the real ones, which is she's saying, I need to learn how this business works and then come back and then make some decisions. That's
I
where
think
we're at.
I think somebody who's hired to be CEO of a major video game company should already know how the business works. So that's real weird.
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree, and there's just we're going to get to a point where that will never happen again, but we're clearly not there yet. I understand why Microsoft would want to do something different. They did just have the games guy, the guy that grew up in Xbox and had been playing games and making games his entire life, in charge. So if you're going to do something different, well, you got to bring someone from a different background. It would be nice if there was some familiarity with this. The idea would be like bring in a money person or whatever to lead it, but that money person comes from the world of gaming. But that's not what's happening here. It is someone from AI, and clearly almost certainly going to transform Microsoft or Xbox more into an AI company for gaming as well. Although she says, no AI slop, clearly I just don't believe that.
Right. Like, again, what does she mean by AI slop? I'd feel better if she said no generative AI, but I don't think she's going to be willing to go that far.
Nope. Yeah, and like I said, there's been a bunch more reporting on this, but where are we at with Xbox now, Mike? What do you think the next couple of years holds? They do keep talking about having new hardware that's still going to come, I guess. What are you expecting?
I don't know. It's almost impossible to tell, right?
Yeah.
I could sit here and play fortune teller at this point, but I mean, I think this something called an Xbox launches. It's probably going to look like a PC. I imagine it doesn't do amazing, and either they kind of let that brand sputter along, or they just focus even more on kind of just publishing games, basically. Third party, and they have like a lot of these big baskets that don't even feel necessarily very Xboxy, like Blizzard, like King, like Bethesda, right? And
Yep.
There's just Xbox is just going to be kind of another one of those, and it happens to be what the Gears of Wars, the Forzas, and the Halos launch under.
Yeah, and it's like at this point, we know they're not going to lock down the Call of Duties and the Minecrafts to be exclusive, so like what you would be talking about here is maybe making the Halos exclusive again, and that doesn't move the needle. That doesn't really have any effect.
No.
I mean, I do think that they need an entirely rethought out strategy about what Xbox even is. Clearly, everything is an Xbox. Xbox is everywhere. There was always reports, and what I was hearing is there was always debates about that internally, and people were not happy. And now here we are on the other side of it, because that was Sarah Bond's marquee sort of push for the Xbox brand. They are definitely making her own it now, as like saying like she was the brains behind the whole thing, and it was all her. So now we got rid of her. We don't have to do that anymore. And I'm sure it's it's never that simple. So definitely throwing her under the bus a little bit, but that's what happens. You get to sit in the big seat, you get paid a lot of money, you get a lot of the blame when things don't go down right.
Right. Yeah. It's both. It's both like they're definitely kind of giving her a lot of the crap and throwing her on the bus a bit. I'm also not. I don't feel that like
Nope. Yeah.
bad about it. It's something like a lot of these things probably were her initiatives and things that she supported or maybe championed. Right. I don't know. I wasn't there. So yeah. I mean, I think it's difficult for a lot of people because I think a lot of people just they liked Sarah, they liked Phil. But clearly, it wasn't working. Now, are we happy about the direction it's going in now? I don't know.
It's not going to.
I don't want to. Yeah, I hate saying it feels hopeless, but I
mean, it's a little hopeless, right? Because
hopeless.
Because like, what are we talking about? Like, what do they need to do to change the vibes around here? And it's like the key fundamental problem is that people don't believe the vibes can be changed because they have to spend a lot of money to make that change, like the people, the consumers. And if you have to face the prospect of spending a lot of money on a product and you can get a very, very similar product from another company that has a lot more of the key thing that gets you to spend that money in the first place, exclusive games, and then gets all the other games, and it might even get some of your games, maybe or maybe not, but maybe they might get some of your games. At what point do people just go, look, I love Xbox, but the safe investment for my money, especially as Grand Theft Auto 6 is about to come out and there's only two places to play that, PlayStation or Xbox, I'm just going to choose PlayStation to be very financially safe. And how do you fight against that? At this point, with high prices for all this stuff, you simply don't. There's simply no way to fight that unless you change everything about the business, and they're just not, like, unless you actually make Call of Duty exclusive. And you can't do that. That'd be insane.
Yeah, right, exactly. They told the government they weren't going to do that. So yeah, let's the one thing maybe you can do is we're going to really dig in and make a new system, and it's really going to compete against the PlayStation 6, and we're just going to make such a better product that we're going to gain all of that ground from the 360 era that we lost back. But it's so difficult. They talked about this before, that so many people have been building those digital libraries now since the PlayStation 4. PlayStation does still have its big exclusives, and they have a lot more of them that haven't had this kind of tarnishing moment like Halo has had recently, like Bethesda as a brand has had recently with Starfield. So I just don't know if they have the ammunition in the chamber to come out against PlayStation right now, which means nobody does, which is a kind of another scary thing.
Yes.
You got PlayStation doing its thing, Nintendo doing its thing, kind of competing, but kind of not. And then there's PC gaming over here, and Xbox is kind of just floating around aimlessly a bit.
Yep, absolutely. All right.
Now, if Xbox was like, we're going to make Call of Duty exclusive, I mean, do you think anyone's going to? I mean, what's the consequence of that? What does the government do now?
The consequences don't come from the government. It comes from a lot of people who are going to be like, you said you wouldn't do this, and it would be a nonstop fervor for months. It would be loud. It would actually be very loud. I mean, people care a little bit less about Call of Duty after the most recent one. They don't care that much less.
That
about
ebbs and flows.
We've
been here before after Vanguard came out, and then the Black Ops 6 came out, and was like, Call of Duty is so back, baby, and now we'll feel bad about it again, and in 2 years we'll feel good about it.
That's right. We had our fling with Battlefield. We'll be back to Call of Duty here soon. Absolutely. Mm. All right. That does it for the stories as I want to talk about them, but we've been getting a lot of super chats, so let's see what the audience wants to talk about. We'll do that right after one more break. All right. We are back. It's Decides. Jeff Grubb, Mike Minotti. Mike, let's read those super chats.
Simon from Saskatchewan says, I want to get Resident Evil 9, but Dan says it's not as good as Metroid Prime 4. I only have enough money for one. Help. Please never let him reevaluate that score.
Oh, he knows he can't.
I watched the review. I mean, I did not watch the review because of spoilers, but did this come up again
of course.
The end?
Yeah, of course. It's so much fun. It's the best to just give him shit about this.
Yeah.
Mostly because he's a good sport about it, and he's well aware of how it looks. And so, yeah, it's a good time to bring it up and kind of rub it in his face. And we know everyone's going to keep saying that to him for forever.
Let me ask you a question. You've played both of these games. Which game do you think is better?
Oh, let me think.
I do want to have one real I haven't really like asked him about the game in detail since I finished it. I do kind of want to just one more time be like, what did you mean by that?
What? How can I put this? Were you thinking? Yeah.
What stuff was me and you? We were getting so excited because he was doing what we knew at the time. I was like, I bet everyone's gonna give this game a perfect score. I can't wait.
Right, we have legitimate gripes. He fucking pulled the wool over our eyes.
Me and you hated it.
Yeah.
We liked it less than most people.
Shit. All right.
Fuck.
Reminder people that I did the thumbnail for the week before the game came out based on vibes of these two guys, and I was like, oh yeah, this game kind of rules. And the next week was like, oh, it's kind of disappointment.
The next week,
thumbnail.
Yeah. All right, next one here. Simon says, Jeff, who's on the Mount Rushmore of who's able to make Mikey aggro the best? Who's George Washington? Is Dan the obvious pick or Christian?
That's tough. It's I honestly I think it is Christian. Christian's even better at it than Dan, but Dan's on there. I don't know if I quite make. I mean, I don't make it because when I'm trying to upset him, but there's times when I'm just being Mr. Magoo about something, and Mike gets like, "What are you doing? Just get your shit together." And that's fun.
That's right.
So maybe I'll throw myself up there for that. And that's who would be for? Is it one of your brothers or something?
Sure. I mean, I'll get mad at them. There's maybe some closer friends. My friend Fixer is pretty good at it. The Fixer is pretty good at it.
All right, we'll throw Fixer up there.
Although I've grown up in because he used to be just those childish poking of me that he would do.
Right.
And I've grown up a little bit. It doesn't bother me as much. Saskatchewan says, huge thanks for recommending System Shock a couple of years ago. Finally started playing it, and it's so good. Top 5 Night Dive remasters.
That's when we gotta just force ourselves to play on the website.
I and not to be like, oh, reviews wrong, because I think usually the reviews are right. I think that is the most under-reviewed game I could think of. Certainly from recent times is that System Shock remake. It is super neat, super good. They did that remaster too as well. I mean, it has a 77. It's not bad. But to me, I'm like, this is great. I don't know how it did just a 77.
I think it's a lot of that is like the old games aging stuff where it's like, the System Shock. It's System Shock 2 is where it really came together. It's like, I don't know, System Shock 1 still has a lot going on, and they re-upped their System Shock 2 remaster for a 25th anniversary or whatever, and it was like, yeah, very cool to see.
The best Night Dives, I of course really like what they did with Power Slave Exhumed.
Yes, of course.
That is fantastic. I think what they did with the original Turok was also super good. Doom 64, that was them, right? And gosh, love playing Doom 64 now. So yeah, they do all sorts of neat ones. They've been doing a lot recently. I've always it's hard to keep up because I'm not playing much of Outlaws or Blood or even PO'd yet, and I've been wanting to. It is neat that we got the Heretic and Hexen thing from them not too long ago. But boy, I think Power Slave Exhumed is still my favorite one from them.
All those Turok ones are good too.
Yep. Simon's back when we're done. Simon Helmy says, you're a nice person, Mike. It's okay if you and Apple are in the same personality group. No, it's not. Absolutely not. Get that Apple away from me.
I think there's some steamy things happening between Mike and Apple. Can't wait to see what happens next.
Nope. T Bucket says, I got some Next Fest demo Rex. Croak, it's a Frog Celeste-like. Walk Around, Bird Photo Friend Swap, and Pro Jank Footy, Rugby meets Windjammers. Okay,
that sounds awesome. I'll do my best to try to remember these because we'll play a bunch of them on Next Fest tomorrow.
Yeah, I got a couple I might want to check out. I think you also, so we'll hop around a little bit, see what's going on.
Yep.
James Pye says some pretty cool reveals from IGN FanFest the last 2 days. Marvel Maximum Collection and Stage Tour from the OG Guitar Devs were personal highlights. Yeah, you see the Stage Tour thing?
I didn't. Let me take a look at it.
It's a little bit. I think the big question is, well, what's the set list going to be here?
Right.
Right. Like what songs are we going to get? But it looks very original Guitar Hero-esque. It's right. I mean, it is, and it's Red Octane Games doing it. So
yeah, I bet though there are rules against this, but it's like, what if you just let people play YouTube, and then you just built an algorithm to build stuff like tracks on top of YouTube songs, and so you can have any song. But I bet the recording industry would be mad about that.
See, I thought that the quality of the tracks you were playing was much better in like Guitar Hero 1 and 2 when there was just, there's 20 songs in the game and that's it.
Yep.
Then when it got to the point where there was like 5 new songs every week, it kind of felt a little, I don't know, it felt a little bit less like a game to me.
Yeah.
And more like some thing, some interactive thing.
A hobby unto itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up is Dubious for Life. Kimley, please get the Quintet trilogy on current consoles. Why has Square Enix forgotten about them? Yeah, it is weird. Those would be good. We did have that bad. It's not in the Quintet trilogy, but Quintet did also do the game where you're the angel and you're the city builder, and then it's ActRaiser. They did ActRaiser 1 remake, which I don't know if people like the remake, but nothing with ActRaiser 2. And then the Terranigma, Soul. Wait, what are the other two? Terranigma, Illusion of Gaia, and the third
Soul
one.
Blazer.
Soul Blazer. I kept wanting to say Soul Blade or Soul Edge, and I'm like, that's not right.
That's not right.
Yeah, they should do something with those. I think that would be nice. It's a problem where maybe they're not quite big enough for that, but put them on NSO then, for love of God. I would like that a lot. Dennis B. Price, to get ready for the Steam Machine, bought a 1.5 terabyte SD card on Amazon over the holidays. Checked recently, it's 4 times as expensive as much as a PlayStation 5 now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you made the right move. I would like to get a 1.5 terabyte SD card because I'm trying to get this Superstation to kind of just really be a Superstation, just have everything on it and not have to worry about anything ever again. Just make it a Magic PlayStation and a Magic Saturn and all that stuff. And yeah, I have a 256 gigabyte because that's what I could afford. It's getting rotten out there, absolutely rotten.
This is the largest hard drive that I could afford. Do you think it's funny?
Speaking of which, we've had our secret ROM site for a long time. I can say what it is now because it's fucking closing down next month. My rent got too expensive. It's for them to run because it got popular because we didn't do a good enough job of keeping the word out of people's mouths. But yeah, it got super expensive, and they also said, the RAM and the hard drives are making things more expensive for us as well. So it's ruining even old games.
We're in so much trouble.
I'm going to have to go download all those games. I got to get a hard drive now.
Zombie Porn says, this evil Jan like hamburgers and hate gambling. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. He would never do the 999 challenge. This guy sounds normal.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Jan sounds like a guy.
Yeah, he drinks mixed drinks in like completely rectangular boxes. He's a box wine guy instead of Buzz.
Yeah, oh my God, that is the exact. You need to watch Marry Me Tomodachi, everybody. Abby's just doing excellent work over there.
Yeah. Premium show, giantbomb.com/join. Missouri Matt says, my Sharona, I have no questions. Just got to be creative when I give you money. Thank you, Missouri Matt. I appreciate it.
Is that also Jimmy Buffett?
Well, my Sharona is my
Sharona. That's what I was like. Did he do like some cover of it?
He might have. I mean, I think of My Bologna from
of course.
Weird Al.
Yeah,
right?
You didn't even have to say it. We all think that.
Okay. Cody Bishop says,
R.I.P. Real quick, did you ever watch that movie, the Weird Al sort of fake docudrama?
No, I never did get a chance to yet.
It's pretty good. If you are a fan, which I know you are, you would enjoy it. It's absurdist. It's absurdist. It's not like the best absurdist comedy, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd enjoy that. I love UHF, and I know this isn't that, but like the actual movie he was in from the late 80s, that comedy is fantastic. Big UHF fan. All right, Code Bishop says, rest in peace, HBO, DC, CNN, and propaganda free entertainment. So yeah, it looks like Paramount is going to be bought by Warner Brothers now, or is it the other way around? I'm sorry, I have a hard time with this,
yes, Paramount, which is
not Netflix,
right? Which is Skydance, is the Ellisons is going to be buying Warner Brothers after they finally made a much better deal than Netflix, and then Warner Brothers was like, all right, Netflix, do you want to come back and make a higher offer now? And they're like, no, we're done. You can go to Paramount, and that means Ellison, who is MAGA and has already made what is this? CBS much more MAGA friendly, and like the CBS News people are all kind of leaving and deeply unhappy, and Anderson Cooper's left and stuff like that. Well, now
Right,
now that
Fire
can happen to
Colbert.
CNN and everywhere else. So
Cool.
It's bad. Everything's
it's
so bad.
I guess I have to ask, what do you think this means anything for Warner Brothers games?
Oh, yes, I did mean to bring that up. So my understanding is when Netflix was going to be the buyer, they were planning to take all of those studios and continue to have them make games under Netflix Gaming. That would mean that's not all sunshine and rainbows. They would have got the large publishing apparatus on top of those studios that was at Warner Brothers. That likely all would have been wiped out and replaced by Netflix Gaming. Now, under this, who the fuck knows? It's probably not going to be quite as good.
All right.
Barry Weiss is gonna run the Mortal Kombat. Let's go.
Barry Weiss is going to show up and make a new Batman game. Yeah.
Fuck that lady, by the way.
Oh, yeah, she sucks.
Rob Foster Cosgrove says Australia's rugby league season for 2026 kicks off in Vegas on the weekend. Is the Aussie dollar strong enough to get a Go Dragons on the podcast? Sure. Go Dragons.
Go Dragons. Absolutely. That's a great team name. I love that.
My my Catholic elementary school that I first went to was Dragons. We were the Holy Family Dragons. Yeah, the Holy Family.
That's powerful.
Catholic.
It's kind of intense.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's kind of the opposite of Catholic. The dragon is the devil. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't think the dragon's the devil necessarily. I think I
It
associate
is.
a
That's
ghost.
definitely a statue of motherfucking killing the dragon that represents the devil. What? Do you
I
went
never-
to church?
Yeah, at least over here, it's usually goats and stuff is the devil. I've never seen the dragon be a
Yeah,
devil
that might
No,
be
it's the
South
devil.
American imagery here. With
Yeah, you might have something
it
against
might
lizards.
be. I don't know. Maybe it's Catholic.
We have a statue here of a guy, and it's like, oh, that's like, what's his name? It's like Saint something killing the dragon, which is
In fact, I think
Right,
zero dragons in the Bible, from what I remember.
there are no dragons in the Bible,
Yeah.
but as
But the
far as I
imagery.
know, the imagery is whatever.
Yeah, I think that might be just a fun South America thing that you should treasure.
Yeah. Yes.
It's
That's
pretty
cool. That's better. That's better than goats.
We've been killing them dragons.
Soothing Bass says, "Hey Google, what time is Pokemon tomorrow in Central?" Oh boy, yeah, the Pokemon thing. I have it on the calendar here.
9 a.m.
Oh, by
Eastern,
the way-
so 8 a.m. Central Time.
Remind me, I have to my Alarmo broke, or it had a screen like
You bricked your Alarmo?
My alarm had a screen. It's like, I am broken. Please unplug me and restart me. So I unplugged it and plugged it back in, but I don't know how to restart it.
Oh, no.
So, I gotta figure that out because I don't want to depend on just phone alarms for that.
No.
but,
You need this is the Alarmo's time to shine.
Yeah. So it's 9 a.m. Eastern. We will be watching it. Excited to see what this Pokemon Gen 10 is going to look like. Darachi says, should I rebuy Hitman on Switch 2? It has cross progression now. Boy, I was not happy with the way it was running back when I played it at launch, and I don't think they've done a lot of work
I don't know.
since then. So I don't know. Maybe see if anyone's talking about it. Maybe look up some videos. If that
I was
stuff
planning to
bothers
play it
you.
again here soon to check out the cross progression, which is nice. That's a really cool thing to finally have. I've played that game over and over and over again on a bunch of different devices. So getting my most complete save, which is PC, and putting that on the Switch 2 or any other device will be great. So I'll check into it and I'll report back soonish.
Yeah, I do have that problem where I have pretty decent save files on a few platforms for this game, and not some ultimate one somewhere. Gotta work on that. Chrono Rig says, I'm excited for tomorrow. I hope we hear more about Pokemon Nights. Hope there is in different locations, not just one, and a single. It's going to be great to meet some single Pokemon ladies. Lol.
Yeah, this is the kind of party atmosphere for adults and drinking, I think. I don't know. It's weird.
Pokemon Go dating.
Yeah, and there's Pokemon Days and Pokemon Nights. And the days are for families, the nights are for the scumbags, apparently.
Yeah, that's for the miscreants.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Pokemon Go at it.
The ne'er-do-wells.
The future is ours, says, y'all have mentioned the Final Fantasy Magic set, but is Mike aware that in the fall they're doing Star Trek set? Anyway, fuck Ice and Pinois. Is this a full-on Star Trek set? Sometimes they do those smaller ones. If this is a full-on Star Trek set, I'd be very excited about that. Although, part of me worries because, and I get they're going to do everything. It used to be a point where everything in Star Trek, I'd be like, I know this reference, I know this, I know what season, I know what episode. And now there's like 5 shows I've never even watched and kind of don't really even care about. So it's like I'm going to be flipping through cards like, who's this? This is from that show. And Deep Space Nine, yay, I'm happy. But still, I'd be pretty excited for that. I got sent some stuff for the Turtles one that I need to actually open at some point. I am excited about that. That's a fun collab. Even though this and Star Trek, it kind of goes with my thing where I think doing franchises that don't have any actual magic in them is a little, it's dumb. I get it. Fair, it's fun, but it's dumb.
It doesn't have magic, but I have seen some episodes of Star Trek with gathering where they've gathered things.
Yeah, there is a lot of gathering.
There's some gathering.
Yeah. I guess Science the Gathering doesn't sell as many cards.
Probably not, no.
Yeah, fair enough. Lazy Stegosaurus says, GB Beef and Cheddar road trip to the world's largest Arby's in Virginia. Buc-ee's is on the way from Ohio and Virginia. Tractor Museum in town. Give us what we want.
All right. At some point.
Okay.
Well, we got there's a Great American Road Trip, I think, happening at some point, so.
Yeah. Cody Bishop says, but why would From not want to profit off of something as seemingly simple, a few months of work as upgrade to 60 FPS and higher res seems weird.
I mean, I think that this is a studio that has made a lot of money recently, more money than they probably ever thought they were going to make. So I'm guessing they're not like, what do we need to do to make more money? They're like, what do we do that we want to do and how we want our shit treated? It's very important to us. There's probably a lot more to it than that. I don't know. But yeah, they're being very, very, very stern about this, is my understanding. And Mike, I think you might have skipped G Nitro. Oh wait, that's the one you answered earlier. I see. Never mind. I caught up.
Faith. Willie Style says, was Daddy Phil left in charge for too long? I mean, what changes? I mean, guess, I don't want to absolve him of blame or anything.
No, it's his fault. Yeah. But also, you change him, and like, what's the difference? Like, who's gonna do a much better job? I don't like. I think he was right. Like, hey, we gotta like try something different. Game Pass, and we gotta make some games. So let's buy some studios, and that stuff just didn't pan out exactly. So, all right, here we are.
Zombie Porn says, think any other games besides Gen 10 and Champion show up tomorrow. I'm assuming those GameCube Coliseum games, but I want Conquest to return. Yeah, I forgot. Like they said, those are coming to NSO, but haven't released those yet. So I wouldn't be shocked if Coliseum or Gale of Darkness maybe gets shadow dropped or is announced to come out within the week on NSO. So that's something. Aside from that, like, we have the really big spinoff with Pacopia. It has been a while since a remake of any kind, whether it's Let's Go or a Let's Go Johto or a Black and White remake.
Yeah.
Although it's a little awkward to talk about those in a year where we're getting the big Gen 10. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't feel great about any of the things happen, but anything could happen.
Yeah, I think if there's anything, there's like one other spinoff, I would guess.
Next up here is, let me make sure this isn't the right one. Nope, I got to scroll down. There we go. Antonio Morales says, Mike said he would restart his Blight if he received the physical copy of Virtuoso. Does he still stand by this? P.S. That's not exactly what I said. To be clear, I do not stand by it.
Shit,
absolutely
not. I mean, Antonio's, I think, suggesting something here, so...
Look, I would not turn down a physical copy of the game, but I'm not going to restart that fucking video game.
I can't imagine doing that. That would be so painful.
I don't even think people want to see that.
No, I want to see you beat this game.
Okay. I'll see that.
I think so.
I could put a poll out there and we'll see.
Did you set this? Can we get like a clip or something? Because
I think in the clip, I think, I mean, I remember joking about something like this at some point, and
I mean, either way, you don't stand by it. Like, yeah, you don't stand by it.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't think you can walk it back.
Imagine if all the verbal things we said were binding contracts, how much trouble a Dan Riker would be.
I mean, I said I'd be a terrorist.
Aren't you?
It's true. Kotoneko-sama says, what are y'all's next fest picks? I saw there's a bird-watching Pokemon Snap style friend swap game that I'm interested in. Again, I haven't played any of these yet. Solitaria is one I'm very excited to try out. Metroidvania that looks good. Dino Blade's a stupid looking one that's a dinosaur Souls-like that I want to check out for, as they say, the laws. But, I mean, I feel like I'm hearing the most about vampire crawlers, and maybe that's to be expected. Pretty anticipated
I
game.
counterpicked that. It's kind of like hoping,
no.
so hoping it would be like, oh, they got it with one game. This one's going to be a little bit less than. And no, I think it looks like it's going to be huge.
More than.
Yes,
like
more than. Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh well. Toxic Commando is what I'm going to try out here. Stunt Paradise 2, which I think is like an isometric sort of stunt racing game. I'm going to try that maybe tomorrow. And then Antivirus Survivors 2003. And then River Runners is one that we're looking forward to trying.
All right, then. Next one here is from Michael R. O'Leary. Your boy's doing another Run Disney event for charity, No Kid Hungry, this year. Link is in my pin post on Blue Sky if anyone wants to help. So, everybody, check out Michael's Blue Sky.
I will do that. That's awesome, dude. Thank you.
Have fun at the Run Disney thing. Eat Your Vegeta says, after COVID, we ended up in the Hero Fails timeline.
That's what it feels like. Yep.
Yeah, Hero Fails timeline that's the Twilight Princess one. So you don't want to be in a Twilight Princess.
No, I mean, I would love to turn into a wolf. I haven't tried, to be fair, to turn into a wolf, so I don't know if I can.
Yes. Wait. Or is that? No, Hero Fails timeline. That's the Link to the Past timeline. That doesn't seem too bad.
Okay.
They're doing okay.
Yeah.
They'll get around to it.
This is clearly the Dark World, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're not bunny people. I don't know. Bruno Trigger says, can't wait to leave the X-Men arcaded track screen on in the background of all my team's conference calls. Insert Mike Colossus roar here. Do you? I didn't know. So that game. You think it's based off the cartoon?
No,
but it's kind of weird because it's not based off the cartoon. It's based off of like a pilot / special thing made a bit before the actual cartoon was made, and that's how they got cheaper licensing.
Right, that's why it doesn't have Jubilee.
Dazzler.
Right, it has Dazzler.
Yeah, you have the Dazzler instead.
Yep.
And the colors are all a little different and weird. Who is your go-to in X-Men Arcade?
I mean, I do like Wolverine. Wolverine is a character I like a lot, and I've always liked Wolverine. Also being like in Michigan, and the Michigan Wolverines like kind of really made that sink in. So yeah, that was always my go-to.
I always thought Nightcrawler was super cool.
Nightcrawler is awesome.
It's always cool in all those games. God, we still don't have like Nightcrawler in like a Marvel fighting game. They just won't do it. I swear.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm like, are they going to announce that for Tokon? And I believe they will, but we'll see.
Well, they announced the X-Men team already, and they're kind of like doing it like in groups of 4. So there might be like an X-Men season pass at some point.
Right. I mean, down the line.
What will he play?
How would he play? I mean, he could probably be a little dust. I mean, they've had a teleporter characters before. Maybe Rushdown style, I suppose, would be his thing with some kind of short range teleports. Might be fun. Matt Rare Monkey says, Super Battle Golf game night tomorrow. Fuck guys. Boy, I really enjoyed Super Battle Golf when we were playing that. That was a fun time.
Yep, that was a really good game. Is this a community game night for us? Is that what,
yeah, Game Mess community game night. So if you want to play,
everyone should get in on that. Yeah, that game's not expensive.
Night, Super Battle Golf. You guys can play that and watch me play Resident Evil and Jump on when you hang out.
Yeah, that's a good night right there.
ZZ the X says, "Will Mikey ride the Emperor's New Groove coaster?" So this is kind of more rumor, but seems substantial. So they're going to make a Villains Land in the Magic Kingdom in Disney World. They announced that. The original plan was, it's going to have like a Maleficent themed coaster and some, big villains ride with probably like a lot of villains. So there's a new guy in charge of Disney, Josh Tomorrow, and apparently he kind of came in. He's like, I gotta really make an impact here.
Put my stamp on things. Okay.
Yeah. So redraw, think bigger is what he's saying for a lot of these things. And apparently, the part of the new plan here is not a Maleficent coaster. There'll be like a Maleficent boat ride, maybe. But the coaster will be Emperor's New Groove theme based off that pull the lever Kronk scene, which sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's a neat idea.
It depends. It's like there's a huge chunk of millennials that really, really love that movie. So, yeah.
I noticed, when I was in Disney Springs, even just a couple weeks ago, I'm like, oh, yeah, Emperor's New Groove has hit that point, huh?
Yes,
there was Emperor's New Groove stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
It's very popular, and people are very nostalgic for that one. It was always a good one.
Oh, yeah, it was good from day one. Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But, so, I bet I'll be able to. I bet it'll be a family-style coaster. I bet it'll be kind of similar to the Slinky Dog, which I know I did back out of doing my recent trip because I'm a coward, but I bet I will eventually build up courage to do the Emperor's New Groove coaster. We'll see. It's going to be years away. Snorlaxing says, just caught up on the box art discussion. Superstar Saga was always my
Ooh,
favorite.
good one.
Best Mario art by far.
I love that one.
And then Burrito says, this is to reimburse Kenny G. No idea he was such a laid-back dude and willing to have fun. Brian Cox, Kenny G, who's next? Eat it, Kojima Scanner.
Yeah, we're collecting celebrities now.
Yeah. That was wild. That was just insane.
It still hasn't really sunk in. It's like one of those things where it's like, that didn't really happen. And then I go watch it again and it's, oh my God, amazing.
I need to look up his because like Harmony's like, this had to just be Cameo. I need to look up. There is a tier in his Cameo where it's like, I'll learn a song for you.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be that, right? I'll play anything you want.
Right. It's like it can't be the basic tier. It's got to be a couple up there. Like he's going to play his instrument for you. And amazing.
It's incredible. I loved it. That's it for the super chats for now. If anybody has anything else they would like to say in a super chat, we will read it before the end of the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody, for those super chats. Kenny G's almost 70. He did not look it.
I mean, his career took off. I think in like '86, the year I was born was his big breakout album, which is wild to me. But he looks great. Tell you what, big Kenny G fan now. That man could do no wrong as far as I'm concerned.
Honestly, the way he belted out that song was just incredible.
It was so good. It sounded good. I almost feel like he should play it. He should put it in the set.
Yeah, put it on the stage for the people to hear.
I mean, I love to imagine it became an earworm and he can't get it out of his head now, just like us.
All right, so I'm this is a cover of a classic tune from a video game, and I'm going to be in the concert when he does that. That's what I'm imagining now.
It's going to be when. It's gonna be like, when Joe came back out to do the
Saishi Joe,
we started crying.
Yep, it was so beautiful. Exactly the same. All right, Mike, thanks for the super chats, everybody. I see we got some more coming in. Yeah, we'll get the rest of these before the end of the show. Let's take another break. We're going to get set up for our Pokemon Gym Leader Draft. We'll tell you all how that's going to work right after this. All right, we are back, everybody. It was a very uneventful break. There was no yelling. We're all good. I'm Jeff Grubb. That's Mike Minotti, and it's time for a Pokemon Gym Leader Draft. Does anyone know how this is going to work exactly?
Go to page one. Go to the starting page.
If only there was a detailed list.
If only there was instructions. Who's to say?
Also, hi. Sean is here to help you guys.
Thanks, Sean.
Suggested that I help you guys out if you need any explanation of any of the gym leaders or the Pokemon.
Excellent. I appreciate that. We have this created by Joy Z, who explains here: take turns drafting gym leaders. The person who most recently went to the gym / worked out goes first. In this draft,
you, Grubb.
I worked out yesterday. In this draft, you will get to see all of your drafting options at once. This will be a snake draft, i.e. the first person to draft gets one pick, then each person gets 2 picks from then on. You can only draft one trainer for each Pokemon type. Once a trainer is drafted, that trainer cannot be drafted by the other player. You will draft 12 total trainers to create 8 gyms and an Elite Four. They can be drafted in any order and will be placed afterwards. Okay, so I think what they're saying here is we can select anyone from this entire list at any time. Right? We don't have to go
as long as you do the snake draft. Yes, you don't have to go down the line.
So we're not going normal and then I see.
Well, because there's 18 types plus the champions. So
right. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Let me see here.
That's why I told you guys to look at it.
I'm good. I know these. I know most of these assholes.
Okay.
For the most part.
All right. So that means I'm going first, Mike, and then you get two selections after that.
And okay.
All right. Let me see here. So for audio listeners, I'll kind of give you some idea of my thought process, and that is I have no thoughts. My brain is empty. I might actually just go with like the ones I recognize the most, and then I'm assuming these are probably laid out in an order of like appearance, and I bet early on will be like the earlier games, so I'm probably going to lean in that direction. That's my strategy.
Each type is loosely organized by generation. I see maybe some were put in after the fact, so they're a little out of order in some places, but generally it's by generation within each type. And then this is every gym leader, every Elite Four member, plus a couple special editions like champions.
Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to go with, for my first pick, I'm selecting Misty because I've seen cosplay of her.
Mm-hmm.
That is my select. She's a water type, and she is from the video game Pokemon.
Yeah. I get 2 now?
You get 2 now.
Red and blue.
Okay. There you go. Cool. This is a fun game. All right. Let's see here. I am going to go with, let me look around. There's definitely some I recognize more than that. Let's see here.
Also, Mike, you can't do red and blue because they're under the same category.
Oh, my bad. Okay,
okay.
sorry.
All right. Undo.
I will take just red, and then for my second one, I will take. Well, he can't, so I can take that one whenever now because it's water, so I don't need to be in a rush. That makes sense. There aren't that many there. He's not gonna. Well, he might recognize them just because of the recent memes. That's too early. God, there's so many good ones here still to take. There's popular ones. But I feel like ones from the show. Like, I should just take Brock. So many people know who Brock is. I'll take Red and Brock.
Okay. Well, I am looking at this, and I recognize I should probably just take blue, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm looking at some of these other characters I like better. I'm gonna go with Cynthia.
Good answer.
Cynthia just seems cool, and I might have to pick a lady team to fight against your gross boys. I get to go twice now, right? So I have another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. They also have their iconic Pokemon next to them. That's helping a little bit. I am gonna go with Steven.
Nice. Okay. So much for the all-girl team.
Look, that was like 15 seconds ago. That's ancient history.
Yeah.
Why do you keep bringing it up?
What type is Steven?
He is Steel.
Steel, huh? Okay. I do think female representation is important, which is why I am now going to take the fighting type trainer Bea, I don't know, and the flying trainer Skyla.
Okay. Look, you don't have to go that hard. Jesus.
It's a good turn, I know.
All right, let's see here. Let me look around. Okay, I can't choose anyone else from Steel, so let me get out of there. Let's see. There's Ghost type, Rock type. Okay, yeah, there's another one I recognize. Let's do this. Let's do Sabrina.
Shit. Damn it, I wanted Sabrina.
That felt like a good one. Okay, I get another. I saw someone I recognized as well. I don't know if this is the one that anyone cares about.
It scares me when you recognize people, considering how we started.
Yeah, I'm going Giovanni. All right, there we go.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, not what I expected. Okay.
Wait a motherfucking second. Is this a waifu episode? Are we doing a waifu?
No.
Shoot someone.
Okay. So I don't care about any of these ice people. I don't know. Boy. Okay. Ooh. 2 good ones there.
Zombie porn in chat says this must be very painful for Sean. I think both of you guys are making good picks so far, honestly.
I'm just like sticking with recognize it or early in the order because I'm assuming that's like gold and silver.
Yeah, this is a game message draft, so you do want to appeal to the audience at the end of the day.
Yes, and I think like if I recognize them, there's a chance that these people might care. These people.
I'm gonna take the electric trainer, Elisa.
Elisa,
thank you.
Also,
and then, thank you. The dragon trainer from the OG Elite Four,
motherfucker.
Lance.
That's what I was literally going to choose Lance next. All right.
I thought Lance is a cool guy.
And then I was I was looking at Elisa as well. All right, or Alessa. Now, if Sean corrected, now I can't remember how to say it.
It was 15 seconds ago.
Well, we talked
Yeah,
about
but
15
Sean,
seconds with him.
Mike said it the other way 5 seconds before that, and I don't remember which one's
Elisa.
which. Elisa. Okay. All right. Well, let's look here. I like her look. I'm looking at here in Dragon right now because I was gonna literally just click on Lance right away. I'm gonna go with Iris, and let's see. Are there any good ones in? Well, there's some early ones here as well. I'm gonna go with Whitney. Give me a normal trainer. Give me a normie. Uh-oh, Sabrina.
Bro, you fucked up with Iris.
Oh no. Well, I
Okay.
like her. I don't care.
I'm gonna take for my fire trainer Flannery, and then for ice Melanie.
Well, bro, are we?
That's an agenda from Mike here. You realize?
I have multiple men in here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
We're filling out these whole rows, right? How many are we picking total?
12 total.
Okay.
8 gym leaders,
total.
4 elite 4.
All right. Hopefully,
Yeah, and
Sabrina
you will
gets
designate
fixed
where
here.
they go.
Okay. I already have a water. I don't have an electric. You took the one I wanted to pick because you're a bad person. I don't have an ice. I don't have a grass. Let's see. Do I have a fighting?
Not yet.
I'm gonna go with Karina because I see Lucario, and I'm gonna hope people like her because they like Lucario. Or that's Lucario, right?
Correct.
That is Lucario.
Okay. All right, and then, let's see. I am gonna go down here. I'm gonna select Karen.
You would.
Well, who wouldn't? What's wrong with Karen?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
All right.
Okay.
My thing continues to break a little bit, actually. So
Now I'm okay. Definitely a couple more I still want, but some of them are safe because you already have those types, so I don't need to like rush to go get them. I think I got my last 2 actually. My question here now: do I make a grass move? Maybe I make just some nostalgic grass move, or I don't. This one guy looks like a himbo, and I like that about him, and maybe other people also like that about him. I'm gonna get Milo. I think Milo the himbo looks fun. I'm just gonna do it.
oh, that's okay.
I remember him.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
think he's a fun guy. Boy, I feel like one of these ghost people should be cool, but I don't know. They are. I mean, I like how Alistair's literally seems to be a creepy kid with a Gengar.
Correct.
So I think I'll just pick this creepy child ghost.
I'm looking at Ghost as well. That was your 2, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Morty because that's a cool looking.
Rick and Morty?
I'm a Pokemon trainer, Morty.
Nobody wanted Rhyme, the rapping grandma?
Okay,
I
actually,
get 2 more. I get 2 more.
all right, let's see here. Maybe we got to go some bread and butter. No, okay. Have I done ice? No, you did. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Candace.
Okay. And now to finish up my team for a water trainer, Nessa from Pokemon Sword and Shield, I believe. Yeah. I was waiting on that. I knew I was safe because you already took Misty. And then I just like that there's a normal type trainer named Norman, and he's just some dude. I think I want Norman in my crew.
Norman the normal normie.
Yeah. Now, Jeff, I believe you should still have a slot for 1 now.
I do.
Right?
I have one
All right.
choice left. Yes. All All right. So what are my options here? I could
I
do...
think one character was missed on here while Jeff is picking, because you mentioned Normie Norman, who is the normal type gym leader. In Scarlet and Violet, there's a gym leader named Larry, who is just a businessman. And he's such a businessman that he works 2 jobs. He's also an Elite Four member in that generation.
He was too busy to be here.
He was too busy to be here. He couldn't make it this time.
All right. I already have a fighting type. Do I have a grass type? No. I'm gonna go with Gardenia. There we go.
Gardenia? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should we?
Interesting.
All right. So
You
next
go to
we have.
League Order tab. Yeah, then you can range everyone.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so we kind of so we're gonna copy and paste our pictures, and we got to figure out an order. So, okay, it's a little bit weird right now. Like,
Yeah. Can
I
I?
have Brock in my Norman picture.
Oh, I see. I could just Control C, Control V.
I'll take care of this.
I can clean this up a little bit before we post it too.
Cool.
Okay, I'm just going to I want Brock to be first. Some people are missing though.
Yeah. Just paste their name.
Yeah, just paste their name. I'll grab the picture afterwards.
I don't know. This doesn't matter all that much.
Don't worry, everyone knows what Sabrina looks like.
Jesus.
Elite Four would be like, yeah.
How do you feel, Chef, picking your
Nothing.
your Italian friend?
Oh, yeah. I love my Italian friend Giovanni.
Is there any
This
thought process to
culture-
who you're playing into the Elite Four over the gym leaders?
Nope.
I do. I think yes. I'm trying to pick
Cultural
like
appropriation.
I'm picking a fun Elite Four team for sure. And there's some people who belong to Elite Four. There's other people who just don't make sense as gym leaders to me. Yeah. I have a system for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feeling good about this.
Sean, what's your favorite Elite Four?
Elite Four?
I'm putting
Yeah.
Cynthia at 7.
Like what member of the Elite Four?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I typically don't like Elite Four members as much as a lot of the gym leaders. I think the Elite Four has often been pretty weak. I have to think about that a lot. Like Lance is honestly up there just for being a classic. You know, he's a dragon guy. He's cool. Yeah, he might be my favorite Elite Four member specifically.
All right. As Mike finishes up his, which it looks like you might be finished, Mike, right?
I think I got mine.
Oh,
yeah.
can you paste the names, Mike?
Yeah, I just pasted the names in there for those.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, gotta do a little work here.
All right. No worries. He's got it, everybody.
I see what I did
So-
wrong.
While he's doing that, I'll read out my team. My team, the gym leaders go in this order: Gardenia, Misty, Whitney, Candace, Sabrina, Karen. It sounds like Mambo number 5. Cynthia, Iris, and then for the Elite Four, that's where the men are apparently. Giovanni, Steven, Morty, and Karina.
More importantly, Corina is on top though.
Oh,
That's what
Karina's in
matters.
charge of everything, obviously.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Well, she has the mega evolution, which,
Yes.
as we all know, megas are so cool, right? No one would
Megas
ever
are
argue
so
with
cool.
that.
No, I'm pretty sure that will curry me favor with the audience, as opposed to Mike, who thinks that you are all stupid for liking that.
All right. My gym leaders in order, starting at the beginning, is Brock, then Milo, Nessa, Alistair, Skyla, Flannery, Bay, Elisa, and then my Elite
Freaking
Four,
love
which
it.
is slightly more inclusive than Jeff's, with Norman, Melanie, a woman.
I would have woman in
Lance,
mine.
and Rhett. Oh shit!
No,
you
we have the
did.
exact same setup for our
Yeah,
Elite
you're
Four.
Damn it. Well, okay, fair.
All right. So, Sean, you said you'll clean this up and
I'll
post
clean
it.
up a little bit, get posted in the Discord, and then we'll get a poll going for that.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to let Sean handle that. We are going to take another very quick break. We'll come back to talk about what we've been playing, clean up the super chats, and then we'll get the results right after this. Obviously,
Wait,
I'm
what's
going to
this
win.
Oh, somebody said there might be a mystery button on the page. What is that about? I don't know. I think they're just saying things.
There is a mystery button. I'm looking at it.
What's that?
Oh, you bad bastard! You tricked us! You tricked us!
Wait.
We've been had!
No, that's not what we were told this was. It says Pokemon Waifu Draft now, audio listeners, as much as I hate to say it.
Audio, it does say, I clicked, there's a button.
Control-C!
There's a button on the top right it's an empty box, and there's just 3 question marks above it, and I have been eyeing it, but I didn't want to break anything. And then as soon as I got to like a whiff of permission to click it, I clicked it, and then the words Pokemon Waifu Draft popped up, which, you got us. All right, we're going to go to that break.
This is the last draft we did.
Yeah, that's right. We can't trust anyone anymore. We're going to black. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, we're back. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Mike, let's go ahead and start with you. I'll talk a little bit more about Resident Evil here at the end. What have you been playing, Mike?
So Demon Tides, which is the new indie 3D platformer sequel to Demon Turf, a game I liked okay, but this sequel is much improved, I think. It kind of ditches that, like, the sort of 2D pixels in the 3D world look to just be all 3D. Really focuses on the platforming. The combat is barely existent, which is kind of nice, maybe the way it should be. And the structure is really cool. It's a Bowser's Fury, like you're kind of in this ocean, and you have this form where you're a snake. You can just kind of zoom across the water, so you sort of going to these different islands or kind of different, sections in the water where it's like, okay, in this place there's like 3 chests to find and 100 of these gems, and now go collect the things with your platforming prowess, and you have this great moveset for the platforming. We can do things like jump and turn into a bat, and then get out of the bat into a bouncy ball, and then bounce when you land. And so, yeah, the schmovement, very good. Game looks really pretty, and the structure seems well done. Great, too. I think I'm right about to do my first boss fight. I'm curious to see how that goes. We talk a lot about indie 3D platformers, and they're like, we keep waiting for like them to sort of catch up. They're getting there, man.
Yes.
They are getting better. We had the
Big Hops.
Yeah, we had Big Hops earlier, and that was fun. And this one might be the most promising yet. It's been, for people who've played more of it than me, it's been reviewing very well. It has like an 86 right now on OpenCritic with 25 reviews, which I don't know if there's a indie 3D platformer that's ever reviewed that well.
That's a good question. How ded Hat in Time do? Not that well. I don't think A Hat in Time ever did that well, and it's been re-released. So A Hat in Time's the 78, right? Yeah.
Ukulele, I think. Like
Same.
Yuka Replayley, when that came out, I bet that's like a 78.
That's a 79. Okay, 78.
That's usually ours. So for one to get on the other side of 85, that's incredible.
That's a huge gap, actually. Yeah. That's very exciting. And it's, I think you're right that we're just kind of getting there where these studios now have had enough time. And this is for Braz. They are going to be releasing Bubsy 40 as a follow-up to this real soon. That's like they just did this, and they're going to have Bubsy 40. This is not going to be an open world platformer, Bubsy 4D, so maybe that's a little bit more contained and easier to make or something. I don't know, but it's like, okay, we could get another one of those games that when I played that in the demo, it was excellent. It was really well done. So this is exciting times where it's like they can put this out. It's delivering. They learned a bunch of lessons from their first game, the combat and stuff. They learned that like during the first game. They updated the first game to not have those problems anymore. And so to like build on that and have such confidence in knowing what you're doing, it's like, oh, okay. That there's still a lot of room for them to grow, and they are growing into that space. Very, very cool.
Yeah, so again, if you like 3D platformers like we do, and you're kind of bummed out that it sort of feels like you just kind of have to wait for whenever Nintendo makes one, or maybe you get an Astrobot as a big surprise, this one is certainly worth checking out. It's Demon Tides. It's on Steam. There is a demo. You can go give it a look.
I'm gonna play it myself, but I might throw it on the TV for the kids and see what they think, because they loved Bowser's Fury. So.
Yeah, it's bright. You play as like a demon, but it's very much a for everyone vibe for sure.
Exactly, fun little demon girl. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that Emmy would be into. So very cool. Anything else, Mike?
Been playing more Mio. I'm still trying to kind of. I don't know. It's surprised how slow that game is.
Yeah, it's kind of what like bounced me off at the beginning. I was never not having a good time. I just was like, it didn't help that like multiple people came to me like, I like this better than Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Boy, they should have done that. I will say, and I don't mean to be coming at anybody, Chuck, but you got to talk about run backs. First off, you don't run. Yeah. I'm like 3 hours in this game, and I basically still have the one spawn point
Yep.
still. And I'm kind of like really reaching out in this world, and there's hard bosses. I don't mind dying a boss trying again, but I am walking back slowly. A lot of times I just now like got this ability where I can kind of like do a bit more air movement, which I was sort of desperate for. But, you know, like I kind of fought the first boss, and all I can really do in the game was jump and do this 3-attack combo. No dodging, no parrying, no nothing. I was like, okay, if that's the first boss, fine. I fought like 3 or 4 bosses now, and I'm still mostly just jumping to avoid things, then hitting them, and I'm like, I want a little bit more to be going on during it. Maybe I'm spoiled because the last one I played was 9 Souls, and that has a lot going on combat wise, right? And then, you know, so does Silksong, and also movement wise. So, you know, it's such a very pretty game, and the vibes are so good that I am still enjoying it. And I bet it is going to be going places, and I want to see those places still. But I do want it to get there, or to kind of move along soon. I want some more things to happen.
Yeah, I will be curious to hear like the next time you talk about it, to see like how you feel at that point. That will tell me whether or not I need to go back. You know, I've heard like, oh, there's some early pickups that really change things, and it's like, well, how early? Because yeah, I agree, it's probably not in the first 3 hours, but it's like, oh yeah, there's like a health pickup early on that makes the bosses a little bit easier to deal with, and a lot of people miss that. It's like, okay, well, I guess if I go find that, that could change things a little bit, but I kind of want, like you, want to be doing more with the character. I think I want things to feel faster and more just actively engaged, and I wasn't getting that right away. So yeah, Resident Evil Requiem is what I kind of was playing a lot of recently. It's why I didn't have much to talk about on like last week's episode. I kind of started that up and couldn't put it down. It was so much fun. It really, like I already talked about the pacing, but the things you're doing in that game, like you're going through that chronic care center. You are unlocking the doors and figuring out how to navigate that space, and you're becoming the master of it, even as Grace. And all that stuff works really well. Like it's like you get to a padlock and you got to get the thing to dissolve the padlock, and it's in this room, and of course that's going to lead to some other monster popping up, and then you got to go over here and get another thing. And the map is just so like tightly designed that once you kind of like know it like the back of your hand, it's so fun to move around it as that character. And then it does the awesome thing where it's like, now that you know this space so well as Grace, and sure, she got a little bit more capable, but she's still much less capable than Leon. Well, guess what? Leon just broke through that door that you couldn't figure out why you couldn't open as Grace, and now he's here in that space as well, the space that you've learned. So you're really just gonna crush skulls with this dude, and that feels so amazing. It's so cool to have them share that space, which is something they talked about in the trailer, and I didn't really understand what they meant. They're like, oh, leave some items for Leon. I'm like, fuck the hell I'm gonna do that. No, Grace needs that stuff. It's like, oh, it turns out there's a bunch of like closets that only Leon can get into, so that like you could see these things as Grace, but Leon's gonna be able to get that stuff and have like completely different items. So it's well thought out from that perspective. It's really just like, if you did not need a bunch of handgun ammo in one room, it might still be there for Leon later. And then later in the game, you shift to Leon's perspective, and it's an action game, and it's much more like Resident Evil 4. And it's you're going to be upgrading weapons. You are going to be upgrading like your armor, and that stuff happens very, very fast. It's a condensed version of that experience, but it's still really fun. Now, you don't get the full effect of like, man, I can't wait to have enough money to upgrade that gun. You get money from every zombie you kill, so you're killing every possible zombie you can find. Like, there were zombies far away that were never a threat, and I was killing them with a sniper rifle because why not? I'm going to get more money. You get a lot of money on any one of these runs through the set pieces that you're about to do. You come back, and you can almost upgrade an entire gun in one go, and so oftentimes like 2 or 3 guns. So a very condensed experience of that, but it still delivers on that, like the power fantasy and just Leon being a cool dude. And then they put him in awesome situations. Nothing I'm going to spoil, but there's some very memorable ones of like, oh man, this way of interacting with the world and the effect it has on these characters, very cool. I just like this. It felt dangerous for both me and the enemies, and it became cool to like be like, okay, can I do that? Yes, it works. So yeah, there's just a lot of that stuff, and then it's a silly Resident Evil game. There are moments where it's just completely petrifying, and then when they go to Leon, he is without fail. Anytime he kills anybody dropping a one-liner. Like in every single cutscene, there is a new one-liner from this guy, and they're all pretty hokey and fun. And then it goes back to Grace, and it's very tense and kind of like tough to get through. And then it cuts back to Leon, and you're doing this big action set piece during a cutscene, and it's absurd, almost like Resident Evil 6, but it feels almost nostalgic to have that back at this point because it's so much better in every way than Resident Evil 6. Yeah, it's just a game that like Capcom could only make at this point after having done this for so long, having learned a bunch of lessons the hard way, having a bunch of wins under their belt with recent Resident Evil games, and just kind of the way I would really describe this game is it's, you know, the things people don't like about Resident Evil games are the last act, and a lot of times like, oh, it's not as strong as the early parts of the game. This is like several first acts of a Resident Evil game all put together, and I think people might later be like, oh man, I kind of wish they would have like taken all these things to their natural conclusion. But it's like, oh, it's clearly a better game for them just doing the awesome stuff that they would have done at the beginning of any one of these games over and over again. And it just delivers on that.
Really, it is funny how often that is the case with these games, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, the last third is not the best part.
Yeah, it's that's the common complaint. And here it's just like, you're not, I mean, it's also true here, but it's like, yeah, it's mitigated somewhat, I think.
What were you playing this on?
Switch 2. I played in the entirety on Switch 2, and it was just awesome. It was completely like, it wasn't just a pleasant surprise. It's like, oh no, that was just another way to play that game, completely reasonable and viable compared to anything else. Obviously, a lot of that comes down to the tech in the Switch 2 versus like a Steam Deck with the DLSS and the ray tracing hardware built in. Although I've not like looked to see if that's making a difference, but that has made difference in other games that like, oh, I'm surprised how well this runs on Switch 2, like Star Wars Outlaws. But yeah, it like you're gonna see some artifacting in the hair, and that is mostly where you're gonna notice it. And then the majority of the time, a lot of the time, it's gonna run at 60 frames per second. And then there will be noticeable dips. There will be times like playing handheld, the VRR, the sort of G-Sync of it all. Helped cover up any time it was dipping from 60 to like 50 frames per second. Never really noticed that. It does that somewhat frequently. And then there are less frequent times, but definitely noticeable times where it drops way below that. Maybe more frequently with Leon, early on with Leon, although that gets better over time. And then anytime there's like a big monster on the screen with Grace and then like 4 other zombies walking around, you'll get it there as well. Never was it like so bad that it was unplayable. There was definitely times where it's like, oh, if someone is trying to get a perfect, pristine experience here and they paid $70 for this game and they could have played it on a PlayStation 5 Pro or a PC, well, yeah, if you're going to be playing on a TV, go play it on one of those consoles instead, for sure. But if you can only get it on the Switch 2, you are not going to get some diet experience. This is the full game, and it's not like it's magically reduced like some Switch 1 Miracle ports were, where it's like, yeah, I guess you're playing Outer Worlds, but it's not really that game because it's just so diminished in so many ways. That's not what it is here. It's kind of a miracle how good it looks.
Is the product placement distracting, or even all that noticeable? Or what do you think of the portion, the
sure.
watch?
Right, those are front weighted. They're front loaded. The car shows up in a few early cutscenes. He definitely checks his watch. I forgot about it after that. The first couple of times I noticed it, and then once you're into the meat of the game, it doesn't really come up again. I don't know. I feel like everyone got their money's worth. I feel like Capcom like tastefully implemented it into the game, and those companies should be happy because they are prominently displayed early on where the most people are going to be watching, that part of the game.
Awesome. I can't wait to start it tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I just think you're really going to like it. Yeah,
I bet I am.
I definitely one of those ones where it's like, oh yeah, I'm Leon now. I can parry again, and once you remember that, it's like, oh,
hatchet parrying.
Hatchet parrying's great.
Hatchet parrying,
and then like sharpening the hatchet, it feels really good and stuff like that. And I love like all the zombies, especially in the Chronic Care Center, having their strong personalities of like, that's the maid zombie. So if there's a mess in the hallway, she's going to get pissed off and attack. And there's the lights out zombie, the guy that was clearly like security, made sure that lights went out at this hospital when he was, a normal human. And now anytime lights are on, he goes crazy and he runs to that light switch and turns it off. So you just go turn a light switch off or on at the end of the hallway, and he'll just go get stuck down there staring at the light of that switch then, and he won't bother you anymore. So there's like cool stuff like that where like you can hear these zombies or whatever they are, like talking, like kind of mumbling to themselves in a half lucid way about what they used to do, or something that bothers him now, like a patient that has bandages over his eyes and sound really bothers him because he's got like amplified hearing or whatever. So if you are loud around them, they freak out. Stuff we've seen before, but they've kind of extrapolated on all those ideas in some really smart ways here to make every room feel memorable, not just like the named zombies or the named enemies. It's like, oh no, there's a lot of character here. So yeah, just a game I'm really happy I got to play, and one I want to replay kind of immediately. I already have started replaying it on the Switch 2. I'm going to replay it on PC just to see what it looks like. So yeah. All right.
Cool.
Anything else, Mike?
No, I want to wait till I finish Liza P DLC before I talk about it. There's a super chat about it too that we can do, but maybe before the super chats we should see about the Pokemon draft. Do we have the results of that?
I can get them if you want to do that before super chats.
Let's do it. Yeah, because then we can get the super chats all and any more that come in, and we'll wrap up the show. But yeah,
that sounds good to me.
Curious to see who has won.
So,
looking at your team, it's pretty strong. A lot of waifus and husbandos. We just have to admit what we've done here.
Too.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. Now that people have voted, I'm going to say I do expect to win.
Okay,
but I don't know.
All right.
After
very good.
Much thinking, much consideration. Christian, I forgot Olivia is in the Alola Elite Four. Jeff, there's a link for you in the YouTube chat. But everyone else has thought about and voted on the Pokemon draft, and the people have spoken. The community has decided. And Mike's eyebrows just raised. With 56% of the vote. So yeah, pretty clear win this time. But yeah. Made closer than some people would like.
Oh my God.
56%.
Sorry, just click on the link.
Percent of the votes. The winner is somehow Jeff Grubb.
Eat shit! Suck my dick! Yeah! Woo! Let's go!
Mike, homie, you had Nessa, Skyla, B, Elisa, and Flannery.
It's not
I don't
all
know,
about
man.
the
You deserve to
waifus.
win.
It's kind of sad how much we can't even do these anymore because people would just vote for Jeff. Actually, it's kind of sad.
Mike will say it's rigged. Hey, of course he will. Oh, Dominion voting systems. I'm Mike Minotti.
I had red and yeah.
Yep. Not even Nessa could save you. Look, bud.
Rigged. Not rigged, but
Mike, you deserve this win and every other draft win. The people are against you. This is bullshit.
David, you hear that?
Look,
Sean is
Nessa,
befuddled.
Nessa.
A lot of people were very into my picks. Now, I understand they were maybe even more into Mike's picks, but look, this is not...
Maybe everyone's just a big Norman fan.
Yeah.
Or no. Mike had Norman.
They're Norman haters.
I had Norman.
They hate Norman. What is wrong with you
great.
people?
It was perfect. I killed it. I don't know. I can't even be mad. I'm like a little over it. Like, okay.
Jeff did have Cynthia. And Cynthia's pretty cool.
I did have Cynthia, which is an automatic win, many are saying.
You had Cynthia and Sabrina. Those are the only two of yours I wish I had.
I mean, there's a lot in chat that said Jeff had Cynthia. Like, there's a lot of that. Like, look, maybe
you did have Cynthia.
Could be the kind of thing where people just have their one favorite and that weighted it.
I'll take one Skyla over 20 Cynthias any day.
I clearly would.
That's
And it blew up in your face, just like always. Thank you, everybody, for this
Shadow the Hedgehog
well-earned win.
Taste.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. You're so kind.
Insane. Incredible.
State Art was voting for Giovanni, you see? Look, Mike discounts your votes. I want to thank everybody who voted for Mike and me. Thank you so much.
Giovanni's a jerk.
I think this sums up friend of the channel, Uncharted Wolf says Cynthia is all I needed. I think that sums up this one.
There you go.
I don't understand how there's apparently always this one magic bullet, and it's always the one I don't have somehow, even though I feel like in any situation I have 10 of them that should be the magic bullet, but all of a sudden no one cares about them.
This is the third draft the chef wins in a row, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, wow,
yeah,
that's
a hat trick.
Wow, I can't believe that. Thanks for that fun fact. Fantastic. Thank you, Stack Guy.
Well, hey, Christian, you got him, bud. You got him.
Why'd you get around the horn?
It was weighted in your favor because he's already clearly very hot, but you got him. All right. Well done, dude.
I got it good. Thank you.
All right. We'll post this on some kind of social media, and we'll see. We'll see what people say, Mike. I'll have to fix up the screenshot here.
Oh, the last time on social media, they did not like mine. I can't remember what it was, but they were like, whatever B is, they're a fucking asshole when we hate them.
It was our cable channel, I think. With like,
That's right. It was the cable channel. I don't think they understood it, but they hated my cable channel.
I was counting on people not fully understanding. That definitely helped. All right. That does it for that, Mike. Let's do those super chats if you can handle it, if it's okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to recover still.
All right.
Now, next one is from Banjo Kazooie 64. It says, "Happy Thursday, guys. Hope you're enjoying Lies of P, Mikey. I've been enjoying your playthrough. We may never get a Bloodborne sequel remake, but I think this is just as good as that would be." Yeah, so I beat base Lies of P, and I'm now in the DLC. That game is very good. I like the game a lot. It is like, that's another one where like, that's only like a low 80 on Open Critic, because from software games are very good, of course, and I've been really enjoying them. On my stream, I still get some people. Go ahead, Jeff.
Can you repeat the last like 10 seconds because the audio cut out just for people?
Sure. Yeah, so I've been playing this game, and I'm like, this is just as good as a lot of the FromSoft games. I don't know, and that still upsets some people. There's still some, like, I was trying to be like, okay, my people watch me. At least, surely the FromSoft fans will be like, this is better than Dark Souls 2. There's still a lot of people I chat like, nah. I was like, man, boy, we can't even give this one over Dark Souls. Dark Souls 2 is kind of a lot, Jeff. I bet. How much of Dark Souls 2 have you ever played?
None. I played
I bet
Dark
you would
Souls.
hate it.
Okay. Oh, interesting. I kind of want to see for myself. Yeah, I know there's like a lot of people who are not a lot. There are some people who are deep defenders of that game, and then a lot of people who think it's by far the worst.
And like you're seeing it here, like, yeah, no, Dark Souls 2 is definitely better.
That's
like,
insane. That's
and
fake.
I got that from a lot of people, and like, yeah.
That's
I'm not like, I respect the opinion, but I'm like, man, I'm surprised by that, because Lies of P seems just, I don't know, it just seems a lot more smooth and refined and whatnot, and like really good boss fights. I like the world quite a bit. I think the whole kind of, Italian 1800s
Pinocchio Bloodborne.
Steampunk.
Yeah,
Pinocchio Bloodborne, right? And Bloodborne's on 60 frames per second, and its resolution is kind of low and crappy. This game looks really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also very parry based, and I like parrying. I like
sure.
parrying.
That makes a big difference. Yes.
You don't have to parry in this game like maybe in a Sekiro, but you're really rewarded to. It is, I think, the optimal way to play, and I really enjoy that. Some of the last boss fights, especially, super cool. Yeah, I'm having a great time with it. The DLC has been fun so far. It's set in like a zoo, which is a really neat place to set one of these. I fought a really angry zebra elephant hybrid, and it was terrifying. So it's good stuff. But yeah, I am going to talk more once I finish that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, once you finish it and you're ready to talk more about it, I'll have some questions for you.
And I'll tell everybody exactly which From Software games it's better than, because they'll love that.
Yes, people cannot wait for you to do that.
Oh, people can't wait to hear me say that I had more fun with this than Bloodborne. People are gonna love that. All right, more super chats. I went away from the search remote to see people were yelling at me. And they were. Hitch says, is PlayStation PC ports done? I hate the idea of exclusivity coming back. I'm 30 and only want a PC.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a little bit more limited. I think most, even single player narrative games will come eventually, maybe just not as quickly as we once thought. And this strategy, just like all of them, seem temporary. I don't know how long this lasts. We'll see.
Next up is from the Uncharted Wolf. Mike, give me your favorite character for each role in Overwatch right now. Been obsessed again lately and have been having so much fun on Rhine, Vendetta, and Zen. Yada. Yeah, I have been playing a lot of Overwatch still as well. It's been super fun. I've been playing comp. I got placed into gold and made my way back into plat, which is where I always lived back in my old days. I was always just plat. Never was able to do, never quite crawled into diamond. Maybe I'll try to do that. I think that why I'm liking it so much is that they release all these new characters, and I really do like playing as them. Like, if I'm doing tank, I am going to be Domina. If I'm doing damage, probably Emery. And if I'm not going to be him, I'm going to be Anran, the kind of fire flanker. Then heals
you can't
actually
call people that.
I'm saying I said a fire flanker, fire wanker. Mizuki, the new healer that kind of throws his hat around, has actually been super fun. That's who I've actually been playing against the most. I've been mostly doing healing ranked matches. It's hard to play the cat in ranked because he's always banned right now, and nerfs are coming. So I've been playing Mizuki a lot, and it's been a ton of fun.
Man.
But yeah, tons of good characters to play in that game.
I stopped
right
playing because I got silver. And I was like, fuck this
Hey.
game. I was above diamond back in the day, so I was like, man, this game is not good anymore.
I did do damage. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I had a really good time playing that game. That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did damage placements too and got just in gold with that. But yeah, it's all. God, it's really fun right now. I think there's like another character coming at some point here, and that'll be fine. But I'm just riding the good vibes right now that is happening with Overwatch. Although in Blizzard World, I think midnight early access has already started for World of Warcraft. So I'm like, oh dang, do I need to already be checking that out? I kind of forgot that was happening. So I still haven't tried.
Happening very soon. Yeah.
I still haven't tried the new Diablo 2 class. I want to play that in some way here soon as well. So. Yeah, Blizzard popping off again all of a sudden, and they have a BlizzCon this year where they'll probably announce some other stuff. So they might be riding high for a bit here again.
Excellent.
Next one here is Shaggy Crow. Hey guys, I got my Anthor and love it. I guess I need to build a library of ROMs for that right now. Any suggestions of lesser known games to find? Front Mission. They made a 2D side-scrolling action shooter game for the Super Famicom, but never came out in the US. But there was a fan translation of it, so you can play it now, and it's actually really neat. It's called Front Mission Gun Hazard. So yeah, go get the Gun Hazard English translation thing.
Gun Hazard is such a good title. Holy shit.
Yeah, right? That's fun.
I played it a little bit on a recent stream, and I've been playing more of it. Power Shovel, get that. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's
just that Steam Power Shovel thing, but it's just an arcade game, and so there's a bunch of fun, like wacky things you do with a big piece of heavy machinery. Tale of the Sun. That's a good one. I streamed all of that. That's worth checking out. And then Incredible Crisis is just at this point pretty well known, but you should definitely play it if you haven't.
Evo, Search for Eden for Super Nintendo as well. That's a weird one, which is fun. If you've never played Rocket Knight, you need to appease me. Sega Genesis game. Next one is from Mad Maddie. He says, "Hey Jeff and Mike, I'm hitting 1 year sober this weekend, and your content has helped more than I could ever express. Thank you for the welcoming community you've created. Can I get a trans rights? Yeah, trans rights are human rights.
Trans rights.
Absolutely. Mad Maddie. Thank you. Great to hear that. Now I feel bad. I drink a beer on the stream for the first time in a while. But good for you. Keep it up.
Yep. Hang out with us more. That's great.
Zombie Porn says Discord on the Mount Rushmore of pissing off Mike. And put Discord. Yeah, you all. Discord podcast producers. And JD Camp says, Mike, maybe try to Costanza your draft picks. What do you think that means in this context?
That means, because
Costanza my draft pick.
I'm not sure. Sean,
you
have
like the opposite?
Well, do the opposite, because you're always wrong. So if you do the opposite,
to be clear,
right.
that is what I always do on these things, because I assume what I want is not what most people want.
Yeah, but your strategy doesn't matter. Right. People are going to vote for you anyway.
Right, of course. Like, I can't win this game. You can only lose it. Exactly.
By the way, George only did that thing once in one episode. And
Yeah, it didn't actually pay off for him.
If we posted this, did we even do it? Did we even do a chat vote for this one?
I don't think we did a chat vote, but I did just post it to Blue Sky.
All right, I got a straw poll. You can post under that as well, Jeff.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
I'm going to.
All the early responses are mostly blue, just so you know.
Yeah, blue, no question. Blue.
Hey, there's a red.
Blue. There's one red from some Josh guy. Can't trust that. It's so obvious anymore. It's so obvious. At that point, Jerry just has changed my vote to Jeff, please. Fuck you! All right? Jesus Christ. Do I not do enough for you people?
Not really.
Dance for us, monkey.
I'm gonna be doing shit all day tomorrow. And they're like, oh, we should play marathon. All right, guess I'll play marathon too then. Why not?
Oh, I don't think we're
Anything
doing that
else?
anymore.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, no, we can play marathon, whatever. Oh, you know what else is happening tomorrow? I was talking about Demon Turf or Demon Tides. There's gonna be a quick look of that going up, I believe, tomorrow.
Yeah,
as well.
fantastic.
So that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. That's it for the super chats. I think we're all cut up now. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, excellent. Then I think that should do it for us. We got the results of this. We'll find out more about why Mikey was screwed over by this, I'm sure, throughout the week. We'll do a draft again someday. And Mike, you could win again. You've won before.
It feels like it's been a while.
It has been a while.
And it has been. Yeah, apparently it has been. I just think your team was really bad.
Yeah, sure. I have no idea. It looks pretty good to me, but yours has more waifus, so yeah, I get it.
Okay, look, I tried not to be all white. Like, look, I knew what I was doing for sure, but I wasn't like, I threw some. I got Norman.
Tell you what, no one mentioned Norman or Brock when they were talking about why they liked your team. So, like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, the only thing people say about your team is that you had Cynthia.
Yeah.
The Dommy Mommy.
He
Let's
does have
just be
Cynthia,
honest.
I do have
You
Cynthia.
have Cynthia, the Dommy Mommy. So look out, everybody. Here we go. You should all play Overwatch. You'd love it right now.
They should put all these trainers into Overwatch. That'd be great. That'd be a lot of fun.
Did you see the Overwatch mobile game thing? Overwatch, I think it's called like Overwatch Rush or something, which is funny because it looks like a pretty slow game. It's like
No, I didn't know.
bad-looking MOBA. I don't know.
Don't you guys have phones? Oh, no.
Don't you guys have phones?
Okay, yeah. Wow, 2 days ago, this hands-on preview. Interesting.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll be back Tuesday with Last and the Nintendogs, everybody.
Blue. Boy,
hang out with us
everybody is
A
saying
Giant Bomb.
blue.
Just come hang out with us. It's gonna be a good time. We really appreciate you. Mike even appreciates you. He doesn't right now, but oftentimes he appreciates you.
I'll wake up. I'll wake up from a drunken stupor on Sunday and appreciate you.
Yes, he'll come back. It'll come back around. Don't worry, everybody. We are gonna apparently have a community game night, and that what are they playing again? They're playing that game that we
Super Combat Golf, whatever that's called.
Yes, Super Battle Golf. So if you want to be a part of that, just get in the Discord there and let the right people know. Matt Rare Monkey seems to be on top of that. Yeah, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. It'll be excellent. In the meantime, you guys have any plans for the weekend?
Going out for H's birthday
Ooh,
tomorrow
Thomas said happy
after I
birthday.
let this nurse in, I guess. So busy Saturday and Sunday. I don't hope I can play some Liza P.
Cool. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.
Make sure you get a good screenshot of this ball.
Jan just told us to settle down with our picks. Bye, everybody.
There you go, bro.
With the Chris Pratt meme.
There you go, bro.
There you go, bro.